Hi, I'm Kristoff Shindo. Wait, no, that's not right. I am Scott Chainsaw. That's who I am today. And I am coming to you on behalf of Lawful Stupid.
Last time
here to talk to you about, for those of you who follow our social media, Instagram,
Alright, so
Twitter,
we had
Facebook,
a little
that kind of thing.
downtime
You have probably seen that we are
so we all
working
got to
on coming out with our
resolve
own
our
Lawful
So I spent a week
Stupid companion web
basically
comic
just tore
that
Willow
is going to
in
be,
the woods
you know,
or at the
key moments from
battle
each
arena, trying to
episode
figure out
that are going to be coming
how
out.
that other white orc
and
we
really,
fought managed to get his to
trying to
sing a
capture
song
essence
that
and
really
bring the story to life a little bit
inspired
more, which we're always
his
into.
minions.
We
I like
could
how you
not
discount
decide
your time in
based on so
training.
many of our
You took this,
amazing
bonding
people that
moment
entered,
with
like some
your
really
beautiful
like
weapon
top
to
notch
I twirled
artists.
it a lot.
I like to think of it's like a dirty dance. Like I was just talking, it was like sweaty and it was muddy and like we were. Yeah, I guess if you want to put it like that, it was very much like nobody puts Willow in the corner.
Narrowing it down
I was
to
spinning
two,
around, and finally at the end of the
narrowed
week,
it down to, it was just
had a moment where John showed me how to just with one hand being strong enough to wield her and get her to make what we call it.
And I am proud
humming. It's like a humming
to
sound.
announce
Yeah,
that
it almost like takes its own
decided,
life force.
So
and
some
begins
people were
to.
told on
I
this,
always
some
like to
people
tell you guys my
didn't know which way to
inspiration of
go,
some of these
just like we
things.
were.
Have you guys
But
ever
eventually
seen
we
the,
did
like,
have
OG
a
Power
winner,
Ranger
and our
movie?
winner is
Yes.
Versus Ivan Ooze? Yes.
Yeah.
Frumple
Yeah,
Grumple.
so
yes,
remember
Frumple
the-
Grumple.
No, let's
on
really go into this. This
Instagram.
is the podcast.
No,
You
no.
can
Remember
reach
the
out to
girl
Frumple
with
Grumple.
spinning?
Congratulate
Yeah.
them because
And
they
then,
will
like,
be
yeah,
doing
that was like
the
I
Lawful
love it.
Stupid
That's the
webcomic,
noise I
and
heard
they are going to be
when I was
our artists
thinking of
moving
the
forward
spinning,
for hopefully
moving on.
many years to come.
And then
you
ooze,
you lose. Story a little bit more to life, and their
all
work
night,
is
the whole
amazing.
episode.
That has to be
Well done.
somebody's
episode's
new
name.
catchphrase.
And,
Somebody kills it. So you splat a
It's
slime.
really good. We're very
with Willow
excited
and
to
you
start
go,
pumping out those comics. You're going to see more. You can
That's
only see
episode
number
two.
one.
Is there
Is
juice
going to
There
be
is now.
up
There
on
can be.
our
You're the
Instagram,
GM.
and there's going to be a special place for those on
It's
our
your world. We
website,
just live in it.
lawfulstupid.org.
And then
you
while
can
Atlas
go
did
check
that,
out those
Kristoff
comics as they
Shindo,
release and
of
kind of
course,
follow along with
he
those,
decided
or
to
you
give
know,
up his,
on our socials they'll be there
mean-mugging,
as
vengeance
well.
there
And
against
it's going to be a
the,
really
Guild
cool
and the
thing
Core,
that we're
and
super
went to go
excited for.
seek refuge and solace.
Now,
and,
our runner-up,
respite and
Gidgaza.
guidance,
Gidgaza is a
lots of things
huge
he saw
fan of the show,
from
a dear
the,
friend of the show, and we,
from the Architects
you know,
Guild with his
offer
life coach, Wendy,
our heartfelt thanks
who really took some
to
time
everyone
lessons
who
and taught him how to manifest
who want
copper
to be a part
wire
of this.
from the
Gid,
Architects
we
into reality.
absolutely are doing new projects all the time, constantly, and we
Which
always
you used
require
to make
amazing
friendship
artists to
bracelets.
make our
Which
pseudo
then
advanced
mine
reality.
exploded
So don't think
at the
just
end of the
because,
episode.
you know,
So thanks.
Well, don't
you're
kill
not
me in the
doing
future,
this
and
comic
maybe
moving
you'll
forward
get
that we
more
don't
friendship rewards.
have more in store.
You'll get a bond point
very,
with me.
It's a
very
true,
seriously
yeah, it's a
want to
true
see
friendship.
Gidgaza.
I'll take it up with
right?
Foxwood.
I can tell.
But thank you to everyone who
Please
participated.
do.
Thank you to everybody who voted. Thank you to
I
everybody
went back
who
to my
listens
guild
to
to talk
Silly
to
Silly Show.
Quincy, the guy in
we're
charge,
really proud
who
of the
didn't
content
show up
that
for a
we've been
week,
coming
so
out
I
with
talked
lately.
to Sarah
This episode
for like
24,
a
next
week, and then when he
episode,
does show up, he's just
25.
kind of like, "Oh, I'm super busy,"
I-
and walks on. So
No spoilers, but
I don't know what his deal
I went
is.
on an emotional journey.
And then we all started to travel
during
back
these
to
episodes
Oxbane.
personally, and I think all the boys would agree that these are
We're
some
helping.
of the best
We decided
stuff
to travel
we've
back
ever
to
done
Oxbane to
is
complete our
coming
task
out
for the
now.
Magister.
So please stick
Let
with
him
this.
know.
Please
Yeah.
tell a friend.
Let her know that it's
if
just
you haven't,
her cousin was
consider
pretending
leaving us
to
an
be
iTunes review.
Linda.
trying to be her.
We don't have a ton of them, and we
That's
need more.
true.
That's
And
really
so
what
that's
sets
what
us
we're
out
gonna
from other
pick
shows, and
back
like
up.
lets
You
other
guys
people experience this to
are
get
on
us
his cart,
higher in the listings, so that more people can find
traveling
us
with
and listen to
Atlas,
this.
steering.
Telling a friend is huge, but leaving those
with
iTunes reviews
Rowan in the back.
is
Not
just
Rowan,
as
sorry,
huge
Kristoff
for
in
us.
the back
I know
doing nothing
consistently
for
we've got
the
about
Bond formation.
70 of you. About
Hey,
70 of you
that's
are
candid
listening to these
lore.
episodes
Like,
as
get
soon
outta
as
here.
they drop. And that's
So,
huge and amazing
You guys
growth,
again have
growth
to
for us, and we're
travel
so
through
blown away by
Village
this community.
3.
But we've only got
And
17
it is
iTunes reviews.
very
So
similar
if
to how it
you
was
70
when you guys
folks who listen to
passed
this, I'm talking to you.
last time coming
That's
through.
right.
Lots of
John,
extra guards,
John, Steve,
extra in
both
the
of you?
sense what you guys are
I know you're
used
out
to.
there.
The
If
guards
you could
are
just do us a
more
solid and just leave an
militant
iTunes review,
than
like
the
you
type
can
of
drop us
guards
some
that you're
stars,
used to
that
from
helps.
Oxbane and the
But
rest
if
of
you
your
could even
travels.
just put a little blurb like, hey, I like the
But
show, or
the
hey, these jokes
village
are funny,
seems
or hey,
largely
I like the lore, or hey,
unchanged.
this, whatever it is that you like, right? Like,
Not
drop us a
unchanged.
3-star review if you feel
This village is
we're
not
a
held
3-star
down.
show, and just tell us like,
No,
hey,
it is
I would
its
love to
own
give this
right.
5
Get outta
stars,
here.
but you don't
you guys want
have
to do
as
anything in the
much
village before we keep traveling, or you
combat
just wanna,
as I
like,
would like.
be
You don't have as much
moseying
this
through?
as I would like. Let us
I
know.
actually
We will listen to you,
as
and we
Kristoff,
will
I brought some strawberries.
do what we can to
back
make the show a better experience things for you.
City of Uri. I'm just going to throw them at that
tell
fucker and try to
friend,
give me an apple.
give those iTunes reviews. That really helps out. Another thing that helps out, like,
amazingly
huge, like above and beyond. Like,
the guy was like, "Do you have any strawberries?"
Go to our Patreon, which you can find on our website.
I was like, "Do you have any cherries?" He's like, "I have an apple.
Go to
They're
our
both red." I'm
Patreon,
going to just
and
pelt
you
him with
can give
cherries
us a few
as we
shekels.
drive past.
That
Okay, so
is
you do that. You hear
amazing. So you're gonna get a lot of cool, amazing Patreon rewards if you do that. We got some cool
You're
Patreon
welcome!
stretch goals,
Thank you.
like Name of the Wind,
And so
brand
just,
new
make
game of my own design that
you go to the
I will
village,
DM
you don't
or
see
Game Master, and we will
anything.
play.
This is why I hate video, 'cause
and
I
just
can
like
see your faces
T-shirts
when
and
you
like
do
really cool
that,
art
and
and
it
like
throws
stuff
me
you get to
off
do
when
to
I'm
hang out with the
talking.
boys and play
And
video
I
games
say
with
your
us and do all
faces,
kinds of cool
it's
stuff.
Devin. He's in rare form tonight, ladies and
There's
gentlemen.
all kinds of rewards, and they're
You're so
pretty
lucky.
sweet. So
So
you can
you
do
guys
that. And
march
also,
to
you
the
help us support
village.
the show, and you help us pay Frumple
Ride
Grumple,
the
who's
village.
coming out with these amazing comics. We can pay her
And you
more
continue
money.
traveling. So what,
If we
tell
have
me what
more money
this
from
is
the
a
show, we
long
can give her
journey
more of it, and then
comparatively.
she gets
so we're just gonna
more
like,
compensation for this
kind of
amazing
move
comic
through
that
this.
she's
Tell me
doing.
what
So,
your,
yeah,
standard night
I've
day
talked
kind of
too long,
bag
and I love you all
is.
so much,
I'll let you guys
and
choose
I mean
what
it,
happens,
and
and we'll see what the
just thanks for
fates
listening.
decide for you. While you guys do that, I'm gonna get out my critical dice from Critical Dice, or my no dice from Critical Dice. Not an advert, but just the only dice I use since I bought them, because they're in this beautiful pouch, and they're nice dice.
So I spend my days riding in the back sleeping because I had to rest up for my night shift on guard. And at night, by the fire, I read Advanced Mathematics and the Arcane Torrent, the book that I got from Wendy.
What about everybody else? How would you guys like to spend your time?
Alex, what do you want to do? Go ahead.
Well,
my dude.
well, obviously we're taking turns driving the cart during the day, and at night is sleepy time. I mean, I guess I could play some music for you while you drive, and I would love that. Yeah, some travel music for us, and then that's my day.
And I guess whilst I'm traveling, at times I will have conversation with Foxwood, sort of try to see if she remembers any of her history. And when I'm not driving, I'm asking Kristoff about his book, like what's in his book, if he's awake and studying it. And then at night I am just sleeping.
All right, I like to think that Foxwood, during your conversations, consistently finds like reasons to like insult you for almost losing to a child, and that results in I imagine, and correct me if I'm wrong, Atlas was like, I wasn't gonna lose to the child kind of thing, but you know, she's definitely like not loving that it took you forever to get on board with murdering the demon child.
I can take the digs. All right.
I very much like the scene of Atlas, the full-blooded orc, coming at me like, "What's your book about?" I'm like, "Oh, it's advanced mathematics. It's very interesting. Let me teach you calculus."
And it's just blank stares returned at you, like, so is it good? Do you like it?
It's not exactly recreational reading, but it is helping me be better at the things that I do.
Could you read some of it out loud to me?
I would love to. The Pythagorean Theorem.
Who was Pythagorean?
Pythagoreus was a Greek. He was one of the Greeks. He was one of the great mathematicians of the ancient Greek Elvish culture. And he came up with a theorem that we still use today in order to determine the different measurements of the angles or the sides of triangles.
So do you have any more hot biscuits on you, or what?
I have soft biscuits. I'm bringing them to Oxbane so that they know that these exist, because they obviously have never seen them before. I'm just focusing all of my magical energy. I have no spell slots this entire trip because I'm focusing all my magical energies on preserving them in a soft state.
Well, that sounds like a good book.
You come back to the Architects Guild. Guess what I learned? You can keep biscuits soft for a long time using our abilities.
We solved Dwayne's hard biscuit puzzle.
That's true. You
that's
nailed
the
it.
key
You nailed it. Podcast over. You solved that.
How
whole
many
thing.
experience points do you think I would get for that?
I just take
You
yourself
get
to level
3.
20. The podcast is over.
Level 20?
you're
Okay, great.
Yeah. Do me a favor and roll me 2 perception checks for me for your night watch, please.
Yeah, I would love to. I got some stat buffs when I hit level 20, so this is going to be pretty easy.
Oh yeah, great. This would be awesome.
So the first one is a natural 20, but prepare. And the second one is a 2.
Okay, great. So I'm just gonna like level with you guys. There's a few nights of travel. Some are uneventful, but the 2 that possibly have events, we're gonna roll against those.
Mm.
And you accept.
That'd be very interesting.
Ba-bum.
So a hobo comes and lights our cart on fire on that second night, and we don't
Yeah,
know it all.
the first night you notice some nightingales. They're very beautiful. The second night was the important
Okay,
one.
on the first night, which is the night that you roll a crit 20, or unnatural 20, either way, 20.
It was a crit 20, yeah.
Meets the bar. You, Kristoff, as you're reading your book, as you're going over the notes and really getting into the theory of the arcane torrent, doing some math, maybe producing some spells and working on your copper or your ability to manifest physical things, you can see in the distance when the fire is bouncing around a form against the tree. You can see the shadow of somebody hiding behind a tree, probably about 30 feet out. And you can see them pretty decently because you have dark vision, but you can't make out who they are.
I think I'm going to kind of try to play this nonchalant, and I'm going to like kind of just stick my finger out and just boom, Ray of Frost.
Okay, yeah, roll an attack roll.
Because Ray of Frost is because I don't really care about damaging them, but they would make them unable to escape because they would have half movement speed and we could catch them.
No,
That's my thought
I
process.
don't disagree.
That is going to be a 16 to hit.
That's not gonna do it.
Okay. Will you tell me what happens?
No, I know. I'm telling you, I was not expecting this. So you sneakily, as you are, because I give you credit for being sneakily. No one expects that. You are doing your book and you're working your magic.
Would you say it's sneaky enough to give me advantage on the roll?
I would not.
Okay,
I would not,
fair.
because you did not say well, I guess you did kind of. Yeah, roll again. You did kind of say I want to nonchalantly. Yeah, I'll give you advantage.
Okay,
why
that
you
is
would
now.
appeal.
This is now a 19 to hit.
Okay, that does hit.
DM
This is why you
charity.
always appeal to your DM. Just don't be annoying about it, right? Like
Sometimes they'll be
PSA.
cool.
Yeah, sometimes they'll be cool. Don't do it on everything, but you know. All right, so you nonchalantly give a little blast, and when you point your hand at the target and your spell leaps out, so the target goes to move and can't get all the way out of the way in time, and you see the left arm get tagged, right? Go ahead and roll damage for me, please.
Yes, I would love to. Oh, real quick, I have to check to see if my damage has gone up at level 4 or not for Ray of Frost.
Ray of Frost is cantrip, right?
Yeah, but the damage scales at levels. I don't know if it's level 4
Yeah,
or
I know.
level
It
5
should
or
be
level
5th,
6.
right? That was 5, but go on.
Yeah, it is 5th level. Just want to confirm.
No, yeah, for sure.
7.
Perfect. So, in like immediate reaction to that, the figure that you hit falls to the right of the tree. So imagine you hit it, they step to the right. Is the way I want to imagine it. They step to the right. So briefly, you lose vision of them as they go behind this thicker tree, and as they come out on the right side, there's a rifle aimed at you, and they're gonna make an attack against you.
Fair.
I'm assuming a 16 hits.
I
Could
gotta
be wrong.
check my character.
Yeah.
I've got pretty good AC. No, it exactly meets my AC is 16.
Okay, so that's gonna hit, and that's going to do 7 thunder damage.
Thunder damage.
And then, would you guys say that you guys are sleeping within 10 to 15 feet of him, like because you're close to the bonfire? Does that sound
I mean,
fair?
yeah,
I'm gonna let you
I would
guys
say
choose.
we'd want to be around the fire. It gets cold at night.
For just situations. For just these
Okay,
situations.
you guys are both gonna take 3 thunder damage, because I can't imagine you can roll dex saves while sleeping.
That's smart. Yeah, makes sense.
And so
Alright.
this figure steps out to the right and releases a shot at you, and this bolt of lightning streams out from the rifle, strikes you across your chest, maybe staggering
Staggers.
you backwards.
Yeah.
Thank you. And then from the hit on you, this wave of circular electricity spreads out 15 feet, striking both Atlas and Rowan, I imagine waking them up.
Not for sure.
And the person calls out and says, "Stop now." Which I'm now learning that all my female voices are about the same, and that is a problem, but I'll work
fix
on
it in
that
post.
another time. We won't, but... So that is what she says to you guys.
Mysterious Reclaimer?
Yeah, it's absolutely the Reclaimer. Good call.
Absolutely. Loot carrier?
Yes!
Why did you attack me?
I didn't.
Excellent. Tiefling. What the fuck?
I echo to you, what the fuck indeed? Why are you stalking our camp?
I've been stalking you for a while. This is just the first time you've noticed me.
Well, good on you all those other times. Kindly fuck off.
Why are
No.
you stalking us? Stalking's a very negative term.
Are you going to stop attacking me so we can stop shouting?
Yes.
A momentary truce.
Good enough. And so she lowers her rifle
You mean her shotgun?
and...
Nailed it.
Well, yeah, something like that. And kind of approaches you guys. And you guys see... Oh, man. I have that note somewhere.
Kylo Ren.
Yes.
Brooke Shields.
How did you know?
Gwyneth Paltrow.
Gerard Depardieu.
You know what? I don't even want to describe her. I just want you guys to continue like naming references.
Sorry.
So she approaches and, you know, she's cloaked. And last time you had a hard time seeing her face. This time her face is revealed, and you can see a full-blooded elf. And this elf has a light bluish tint skin, and her eyes are tinted light blue. She approaches you guys and
Can I do a roll to see what kind of elf she is?
She's a Dabu Dee Dabu Die elf.
She could be a mer.
I
She could
will
be a
let-
mer elf. She could be all kinds of different elves.
I will let you do a history check.
Rip those. Great roll though. 14.
You don't know what type of subrace she is, candidly. But a 14 will let you know that you feel magic pouring off of her. And she approaches you and looks at the group of you and says, You're getting much closer to the loot, it seems. And she stares at you when she says that, Rowan.
Well, I mean, it's still as close as ever on my back.
That's not what I meant, and I feel like you know that.
Oh, I know. You're speaking in metaphoricalnesses. The things that...
Yeah, it's kind of our bag.
I mean, I guess. Our first encounter was... I still don't understand it, but yes.
That's true. There is a dwarf with a hammer who passed through this direction. I want his artifact.
I
Do you
think
know
that you
anything
might
about
be
it?
outclassed. That dwarf carries the Hammer of Deriden. Even the gods fear the power of the Hammer of Deriden.
I'm aware of the artifact he carries. I want it. Or the Reclaimers want it more so.
Are you... What's up with the Reclaimers? Are you a group, an entity, two split groups of one thing?
We're an organization who collects artifacts, and we make sure that the public do not have access to them. They are not for public consumption.
If I may, you're doing a pretty shit job. Just like everybody talking and being honest. He's got a lute. That guy's got a hammer. Findle has an iris. And he is not to be trusted with anything more dangerous than a hard-boiled egg.
I don't think the iris is an artifact.
I think it is.
I think it's a magical jigger.
The iris is not
Elf
one of the
Lady,
artifacts.
what is your name? I know you're a reclaimer, but if there were 4 or 5 of you standing here, what would I refer to you as? Because if I said reclaimer, you would all look, and it would be very confusing.
Just like last time we met, my name is Cecilia.
Well, if you remember anything about our last encounter, it was very, very awkward. So I just let you know that.
I feel like
Did you
all
say
of our
awkward?
encounters are
I
awkward.
said I did. What? No.
Did you say awkward or awkward?
Kristoff, you were being very racist. I said it was very awkward. I don't know what you're hearing.
You keep saying it.
I'm saying awkward.
Okay. You got
Yeah, I
it.
hear it plain as day. Awkward.
And you even see the reclaimer, like, fighting to keep a straight face as you guys do this bicker back and forth. And she kind of, like, looks down and shakes her head. And she looks back up and says, I'm making an exception for you 3, though I'm beginning to regret that. But I think that you 3 holding an artifact will benefit me more than me taking it from you.
Oh, that's a good call.
And you could have just said that probably from the get-go.
If I remember, she did.
That should. You got to bury the lead on that one.
No, I'm pretty sure I told you last time that I prefer you to have this, but now I'm telling you why.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, by all
Ooh,
means.
juicy,
come
go
on.
ahead.
I want you guys to bring me the other artifacts.
What?
No!
That sounds terrible.
Not at all.
Why does everybody always want artifacts everywhere we go? And like for such a secretive thing, like everyone knows.
Well, everyone you talk to knows. I imagine if you ask a farmer, they're not going to know about these
Well, why would I
artifacts.
talk to a farmer?
I'm gonna
I
talk
don't
to
want
a
to know about a
farmer.
fucking wool.
Oh, I hate my life.
What is a corn?
It grows out of the
Bro?
fucking
Who
ground.
assigned you to us?
Well, the corn is really just a grain in the area. It doesn't have to be the yellow. That's neither here nor there. Oh, okay, great. You guys are just awesome. Listen, the next time I see you guys, if you don't have another artifact for me, I'm taking the loot.
I don't think there's gonna be a next time. I'm about to make an honest man out of Rowan.
What are we doing? Am I figuring a thing out?
I'm about to make you a not liar.
I mean, I don't want to do that.
I love everything about that. And she goes, well, yes, I don't think lying is the best way to achieve goals, but you do you.
I was saying, have you heard any rumors from that city we were just at? God, that city. You know, with the guilds, the big one.
Yori. That's Yori.
No, it can't be Yuri. The big city. Cecilia.
Yeah, no, I'm aware of what city you were at. Did you forget? And she looks at you.
Oh no, I was asking if you'd heard any rumors from there.
Oh, I haven't heard anything about you.
Oh, that's great. So yeah, we saw a dwarf that had a hammer, and you said he went this way, or are you talking about when he went to the city?
No, he was heading away from the city towards Oxbane.
Just Cecilia, just so I know, just so because knowledge is power. Are you saying that the next time you see us, if we have not reclaimed an artifact for you, you're going to forcibly take the loot of win?
That's exactly what I'm saying.
I cast catapult on my book.
You cast catapult.
I cast
on your
catapult
book
on my book.
towards her. Okay, yeah. What does she have to do in response to that?
She does a dexterity saving throw, I believe. I'm also going to say a sweet one-liner if it hits. So
Okay. All right, so she got a 15.
I think she succeeds. Yeah, she succeeds. The book misses or hits her, and she deflects it, whatever.
So you catapult this book, and she sidesteps it and brings the rifle to the ready, and she says, "I don't want to take it from you now, but I will."
I cast catapult in the book again from behind.
I will
Okay.
restrain him.
Okay,
I
restrain
mean-
me all you want. It ain't got semantic components, dog. Let's party.
Okay, so roll another one. 15 again. Dead on the money.
Okay, great.
And so, almost like a cheesy movie, she steps again as it comes flying your direction. I'm not gonna say it hits you or anything, but like it comes back towards you, and she's gonna fire on you. And I guess you guys are gonna fight or just keep exchanging blows. But
No, I say stop. Everyone stop after she does her attack. So whatever happens.
okay, it's a 5. It's not gonna hit. So as you're yelling stop, she like twists and the bolt goes across into the woods, and you hear it smack against a tree and crack, and the tree falls. And she says, "I don't want to take it from you today. I want results."
We'll get your hammer. Trust me. I'm down for an
Hold
adventure.
on.
I'll get your. Even if these little boys don't, I'll get your
Is the
hammer.
boomstick made out of metal?
It's got to be right.
Yeah, it's gotta be.
Heat
Do
metal,
not-
go.
do
Do it.
not
Do
Oh,
it. Do
yeah,
it.
I'm gonna
Do it.
cast
Do
heat
it.
metal
Do it.
on
Do
it.
it now.
We're rolling initiative.
Yeah.
That's what we're doing. I'll let you cast heat metal, but we're not gonna keep doing this.
Yeah. No, I'm committed to murdering her. I'm not sure if you guys have picked up
how
on
do
that.
I? What, if I don't want to be in combat, how do I make that happen?
You don't have
You
to
should
be.
still roll. You should still roll initiative, so that if you want to take
Yeah.
actions that aren't combat oriented, you know where you fall.
Okay, I'll do
It'll
it.
be our initiative rounds.
Okay.
That's a natural 20.
Mine's a natural 8.
What's it done naturally? Because we need to know your modifier to know where you fall.
Probably a +3.
Okay.
So for an 11?
So Rowan, you can go ahead and cast heat metal, and I'm gonna pull up D&D Beyond because heat metal is that super gay spell. Or super
Well,
unbalanced spell.
There we
It
go.
is very unbalanced.
Nah, it's fine. I get it. It's very, very strong to be what it is. So we're gonna pull.
I just want to take a minute to say that a tree fell in those woods. We weren't there, but we did hear it. We solved your. If a tree falls in the woods and no one's around, you hear it. Does it make a noise? Puzzle.
I was gonna say knowledge is power again as the book hit her in the face. So everybody knows.
That's a good one-liner.
That's
We're all
everybody-
impressed.
You should
so
save it.
everybody's-
There's going to be a time when you could use that.
I'm
Yeah,
still
but
gonna.
Not anymore. It'll be watered down. We'll
People
remember that time
forget.
that you wanted to use it. It's too late now. Everybody knows. It's out in the ether. So you cast heat metal on her boomstick.
Yes.
And what happens?
She takes 2d8
You
fire
just
damage
hold
and then
it
makes a
aware.
constitution check on if she can even hold on to it.
Alright, let's see. Go ahead and roll your damage.
So 1, great start. And a 5, so 6.
Yep. Alright, Constitution check.
Yep,
16.
you're good.
Okay. So she takes how much damage
Just
again? I'm so
6.
sorry. Just 6, okay. For a total of 13. Alright. So she takes that damage, and her boomstick gets super hot, and she says, "Fine!" And Rowan, it's your turn. Your start of the initiative.
Okay. I will cast Vicious Mockery.
Mm-hmm. Do you need to pull up Instagram, or
Let's see.
No? Okay, just go ahead and do your
Okay.
thing.
Oh, he's going weird.
Well,
I feel in my
I'm
bones.
just because I want to use the Instagram ones because people did that. But I'm gonna go with the "You're impossible to underestimate," and then I'm gonna bonus action activate it again. After the business.
Oh, the thing. Okay, so 15 for the Vicious Mockery.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay, so she's still gonna take. Oh wait, or take. Nope. Okay, so save or suck, and then you're gonna do more fire damage, and then she's gonna roll a Constitution, which is a 5, so she drops the weapon.
It's a 5 and a 6, so it's 11 damage, and drops the weapon.
Woo!
And then I'm gonna call in response.
So
Somebody grab it.
Got it.
Isn't it? Yeah, no, that's cool.
And then that's my turn.
Okay. It's Kristoff's turn.
I cast Catapult on the rifle. My target is as far
you're
away as
beautiful.
possible.
How far away is it? Is it?
The range for Catapult, 60 feet.
Okay, you can fire at 60 feet. That's 100% on you.
Yep. And I'm
so
going
you
to
do
do
that.
60 feet behind us.
Okay, and I'd say we're about 10 feet apart at this point. 15 because she wouldn't shoot and hurt herself. So it goes 45 feet, 60 feet from her, 45 feet from you guys, back into the woods somewhere. Not super concerned with where it is at the moment. Okay.
And then bonus action to... I'm going to give bonus action to Atlas. I'm saying, do not hold back, Atlas. Strike as fiercely as you can. And that'll give him advantage on his next.
Cool. So she's going to pull these 2 blades from behind her, and it's almost like as she pulls them, they appear. And they are of this bright blue, translucent material that none of you guys have ever seen before. And she's going to rush up to you guys, and Kristoff, she's going to make a series of attacks
At
against you.
disadvantage.
Define serious.
She
Why
still
is it
has
disadvantage?
disadvantage from the very first time where she succeeded on holding on to it on her next attack.
That's only with that weapon, right?
Is-
Yeah. Well, I mean, her hand would be burnt still. I don't know.
Unfortunately, heat
Oh,
metal
wait.
is one of
No,
those
it's-
terrible spells,
I'm-
and I'm going to take it.
I'm wrong.
toe for
It's
toe.
disadvantage till the start of my next turn, and it technically went immediately to my turn.
Your next turn.
Yeah, so it's
Yeah,
already passed. Never
that's right.
mind. That's my bust.
Attack rolls and ability checks. Yeah, you're right. It is all. Damn, that spell. So gross. Every time I read it, I learn something new about how I hate it. So why do all of your NPCs have counterspell? Oh, just for one spell. They don't use it
Just
except
heat
for
metal.
one spell. Yeah.
Just heat metal.
Okay, so she's gonna run up and she's gonna unleash a series of attacks.
Now, I do have a question. You said she's going to run up and unleash a series of attacks.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Typically, you can't move and multi-attack. Is that on purpose?
No, that is not actually a 5e thing. So that's a 3.5 thing. And 5e creatures, and I know this because when I build creatures, I'm a lazy DM and go find a stat block of somebody else and adjust. So I'm never being super unbalanced. So multi-attack will specifically say multi-attack. You can use like claws and bite at the same time, or you can use these. Like it's a very specific combination. So if your claws are blocked, then you can only bite. Multi-attack is typically like several different attacks or special
Got it.
circumstances, but you can still move in multi-attack.
Yeah,
And
and-
some
and it
creatures
might-
say like you can't move and multi-attack at the same time. It just depends on how high level they are and where they are. Like just like
Yeah, it
also
must be
have creatures
it must be 3.5 brain for me because back in 3.5, no creature could move and multi-attack.
Yep,
That's on there.
I remember you bringing that up in another session off.
It was the werewolf
podcast.
session.
Yep, it was a werewolf session, and I went and started like reading that because I didn't know that rule. So yeah, she's gonna roll up on you, and her first attack is a 14.
It does not hit.
Okay, so with the first attack, she runs up and she swings the first blade, and I think you stagger backwards, almost caught off guard, but still able to dodge that first blade coming across. And the second attack, I think is going to hit at a 17.
It hits.
And so, as you're staggering backwards, she just pushes forward into you and brings the blade. And she's holding these blades not the way you would hold a standard sword, right, where it's blade outwards. The blade goes across her forearm.
Him.
Yes, backhanded, essentially. So she's essentially slashing in big arcs, right? And you are going to take 10 points of force damage.
Got it.
And then she's going to make a third attack. And that is a crit 20.
That'll hit.
Yep. Okay, so that third attack, so this whole, I didn't do the audio for that one, but that's okay. The third attack, if you imagine the first one is a right hand, and you stagger back, and the second attack is a left hand, and the third attack is both of them coming across at the same time, and when she strikes that attack with you, it hurts, and you're going to take 21 points of force damage. And that makes it Atlas's turn. And when she's attacking, it's almost on cadence. She says, "I told you to stop!" And now it's Atlas's turn.
All right, so I'm going to pull out...
That's good
Let's see what
advice
I'm gonna go
sometimes, but what are you going to do in combat?
Now I'm trying to think who I'm going to pull out. You know what? No, I'm just going to pull out Foxwood just for protection. I'm going to use my reaction with my Blade Mastery feat. Basically just gives me a +1 in my AC until my next turn with Foxwood. And I'm not going to attack that turn. I'm just going to say, Cecilia, whatever you do, don't kill them. They mean well. We do not mean to fight. So if you need to dispatch them and disappear, we will do what you need us to do.
Coward!
Dang.
Weakling! That's my response to your call, by the way.
Okay.
Foxwood was right!
And it's Rowan's turn.
Call and response. Kristoff, how you looking?
Not great.
All right.
I imagine Kristoff is like panting, but still dignified, like not great, but like trying to stay upright and keep his clothes perfect or pristine as possible.
All right.
Could be wrong.
I'm gonna throw him my last healing potion that I stole from 2 gnomes. 1 cup.
1 cup or something? What was it?
I'm going to bonus action healing word my dog.
I think it was 2 gnomes, 1 flask, actually, but
It's not as funny.
it's 2 gnomes.
For
1
7.
flask. It's also not on the nose either. Okay.
And then I'm gonna book it back to that rifle. Like, I'll only get halfway there, but
I'm trying to determine whether you would be in attack of opportunity range.
Well, she didn't get an attack of opportunity moving to attack me, so I would say no.
That's not how attack of opportunity works, but
She would have had to, if he was close enough where he would leave her threatened range, she would have had to pass through his range to get to me.
but not
Unless
out
we
of
were
it.
side by side.
And this is where you and I like don't disagree. I'm just gonna say no because we do the theory of the mind, and I always try to give you guys.
well, especially
the
because like
benefit of the doubt because
in my
it's
mind,
wonky.
we're at the fire and
Yeah,
he
no,
was a little bit ahead. So when she rushed him, she didn't have to pass by me to get to him.
This is why I do the theory of the mind, or that's why I give you guys benefit of the doubt, because we never like sit down and super focus on that. But yeah, okay, so you book
All
it.
right.
All right, so you get 30 feet towards it. Okay. Next up is Kristoff. And this is the only time I've ever seen Shane like really like sit and think this hard about a move in D&D.
Cunning action, bonus action disengage.
Okay.
Because I have 3 levels of rogue, so I'm allowed to do that.
Yep, that's true.
Move 30 feet backwards, Ray of Frost.
Okay.
And that is a natural 20.
That's gonna hit, as it were.
And that is going to do 3 damage.
Heavy hitters.
Wait, with the crit?
Yeah, spells don't
Oh,
crit.
right, spells don't crit. Yeah, no. Wait, don't they though? It's direct damage, right?
I mean, I've always thought that they should, but as a rule, they do not.
Spell crit. I don't know that you're. We don't also hit. I think it's double damage. I'm about to check right now. Yeah, it's just the attack. No, in 5e, if you roll a critical, it's double dice.
Well, that is an additional 8 points of damage, max
But
dice.
it has to
11
be
damage.
spell attack. It has to be spell attack, right? Not like
Not
a
a saving throw.
Yep, because you wouldn't roll an attack. Yeah, because it just says when you score a critical hit on an attack, you roll the attack's damage twice.
Okay,
So
then that's 11 points of damage
Hey man,
instead.
see, this is when I
Yeah,
come in
we're learning.
favor, right? Like, all right.
We'll take
Well, I'm always on your side. So you bolt backwards while she's watching Rowan run away, and then you blast this frost touch on her, and it hits her dead in the face, and she staggers back a step and looks at you just with the fiercest eyes. They like almost pierce through you. You can feel the arcane torrent pouring off of her at this point. And she puts the blades back behind her, and she raises up both of her hands, and only you, Kristoff, spot this small trinket with some carvings on it. And I'm going to need you to roll a dexterity saving throw.
You got it, boss.
And Rowan, I'm
He's
going to
gonna-
need your character to feel super afraid as it
Supposed-
gets near
okay.
you.
17.
Okay, so you're going to succeed. But you're still going to take 10 thunder damage. And so she puts up both her hands and holding that object in the center, and this pillar of thunder rolls through Kristoff, and he's able to like lay back on the ground, just kind of like fall back on the ground and then bounce back up as it passes over. And I imagine as you're running for the boomstick, it's just roaring
Oh,
by
shit.
you and just like shit.
Don't touch the hat. Don't touch the hat.
Very Indiana Jones.
And it is Atlas's turn.
So she's holding up an artifact or some kind of thing
It's
in her hand.
from
currently,
your
right?
perspective, like I said, from your perspective, you just see her two hands clasped together and her holding something, and a giant pillar of lightning roll forward.
So am I behind Kristoff? Is that what I'm saying? Is that what
No,
or
because
is
he would have booked at 30 feet. You're still maybe 15 feet to her northwest.
Okay.
Maybe 5. Maybe
As
10, but I
as
don't
someone
know.
who's not like actively fighting, am I still? If I was to
You're
walk
still in
toward
combat
her,
technically because you rolled initiative. Try again.
so if
Say
I
it
did
again,
roll
one more time.
initiative, I'm not in combat. Just so I know, like for future tense. I don't know how that works. So if I'm like not wanting to fight, just wanting to talk, is what I'm saying. Like,
yeah,
trying to
we
take
are.
the diplomatic.
Think of it as two different timelines. There's like standard flow of time, and there's initiative rounds. You can still take whatever actions you want in the 6-second period of time that's allotted to you now.
Yep. You can do
Yeah,
whatever
you don't have
want.
to fight.
Yep.
You can just whatever you want.
You can walk up and try and like talk to her and roll persuasion checks. Like that's all on you. Whatever you want to do.
Yeah, let me. I'm gonna try one more time to walk up to her, not to where I can get attacker. Well, yeah, I'm going up to her. So
Well,
it
you
matter
don't. That's
anyways.
not how attack
Yeah.
of opportunity works. But
Got it. Walking up to her, and I'm gonna say, Celia, one last time. I don't want to fight you either. We know that you can take these boys, and yes, they're annoying. But this is not the time. We can't help you if they are dead, and there's probably no one better to help you than us, as much as we've learned from the loot itself.
And first of all, did you walk out weapon drawn? Still?
I have it. It's not raised. It's there.
But it's drawn. Okay, I'm just asking. It roll a persuasion check for me, please.
It's a 19.
Still good. It just raised your difficulty. You still super passed.
That's the only
she
time
looks
it's ever
at you.
happened.
Yeah, no, right? Because you're super not good at this. She looks at you and says, "This is on you. The next time I come back, if they don't have an artifact, I'm taking the loot and your life." And you hear Foxbane just raging in your ear to murder her, to take her apart, show her you're the strongest. Like, just this slew of, like, encouraging, also, like, demeaning, motivational things in your ears to murder her.
And I'll say, don't mistake my kindness for weakness.
There it is.
Reclaimer.
And she looks at you and returns, and this will be the last exchange because it's 6 seconds. And she says, "I'm leaving you alive out of my own mercy." And that's what your turn does.
Oh, I'm running. I snatch up that thunder stick. It's definitely within grasp.
Okay, cool. Roll me a Constitution check.
Let me double check with my constitution. All right. It's a 15.
Cool. So, I mean, whether this is going to be a popular opinion or not, that thing is still heat
Oh, I
metal,
can deact-
right?
Yeah, it's
So-
You
concentration.
spray concentration.
No,
Yeah,
it's
it
not a
is.
concentration spell. I looked
It
at it
is.
to
It
try and
is.
find. It's not. Like, hold on, let me double check that. Heat metal, not a concentration spell. I'm
I
looking
am
on
too.
D&D Beyond. Cast time, 1 action. Where
Do you
do
see
you see
a diamond?
concentration?
Do you see a
see
diamond with a
duration.
C?
That done with the
Oh,
C
what
means
the
it is
fuck?
concentration. Yeah.
When did you break concentration?
When I'm
on?
running up to it, like when I'm about to pick
When
it up,
he's running for it.
I'm not gonna pick up a hot one.
Okay, that's. Oh, okay. In a game where words matter, and you don't say you break concentration, and didn't have anything else break it, that's fine. But you didn't say I broke the concentration.
You could
spell.
say the terrifying giant wave of roaring thunder that went by and maybe he broke his concentration.
I mean, you could say that, but he also didn't take damage, and the mechanics didn't meet it. But neither here nor there. Either way, roll me another concentration check for the trap on the weapon, because I was gonna have you roll
gosh.
1 to see that if you picked it up and you were gonna drop it because it's hot and not take damage. But the weapon's
It's an
also
unnatural
booby trap.
20.
Okay, you're super good. You're gonna take a little bit of thunder damage, but you're holding on to it. You take
Okay.
4 thunder damage.
For a second, I thought you were gonna be like 14 thunder damage, cause fuck you.
No. It's the point of this spell is you to fail that and then it
Oh,
go
shit.
flying from you.
Like, is it like
not
opposite
hurt
Mjolnir?
you. Yeah. yeah, something like that. Yeah, that makes sense. And that is what. Oh, sorry, no, you pick it up.
I'm trying to remember. Kristoff went back 30 feet, so he's still within range for me to hit him with another heal, since he looked real bad.
Yep.
Oh, I look worse than I did before. Let me tell you that much. I healed 7
Well, I
points.
heal you
took
for
10
8 points, and you still have that potion.
Thank you.
And then I'm gonna call, and then I will call in
Oh, I have
response.
potions.
Now I've got an artifact to hand you the next time.
And you don't hear her because you're super far away, but Atlas, you hear her, and she says, "It's not an artifact, you fool." But she just says it very, like, level.
So proud of my
Kristoff, it's your turn.
artifact.
I'm going to do a thing I've never done before.
Drink a
so-
potion? Oh, no.
I'd rather die than drink a potion. I mean that. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to try to steal my mind. I'm going to try to tap into the arcane torrent.
Okay.
And I'm going
I
to
love
try
it.
to create from nothingness
Oh, please say
as
copper
an
wire.
architect. Close. So I remember the friendship bracelet that I made, and I'm going to imagine manacles on her hands.
Oh my god. Okay. Yeah, I love it. Roll me an arcane check. Arcane check.
The twists, the turns.
That's not terrible. 17?
Here's what I'm going to do for you, because this is experimental and I love the creativity. I'm going to let you, and I'm not telling you anything other than this. You can use, and this is controversial to anybody who listens, but welcome to the homebrew, and I like using resources in a different way than other people tend to do. You can add a 1d4 to that roll per spell slot you burn. And if it's a level 1, it's a 1d4. If it's a level 2, it's a 1d6. I don't think you have any level 3s. If you did, it'd be a 1d8. This is not a consistent mechanic. This is me rewarding him with an extra chance to push.
Especially because he was
his
reading the
idea.
book through the journey.
Yeah, that has a lot to do with it, and it really doesn't with my decision making. I just love that he's like playing further into his character, and I will make up fucking rules on the spot.
So basically, it's like
play with
inspiration.
Kind
Yeah, I
of.
don't have any spell slots left.
Oh,
Okay, I'm sorry.
No. I was like, wait a second. Catapult. Yep, nope, I got nothing.
Okay, so you build these. She's kind of still talking to Atlas, but she's got her hands kind of like pointed, right? Because she just fired off that shot, and you see the shackles start to form around her, and you kind of see her eyes watch them, concerned. But as you build them, whether that's from lack of experience, from being exhausted from the battle, you can't hold your concentration, and the shackles, they start to form, but they, just like when you're making the copper wire, they dissipate and they just vanish, and you see the numbers and the magic disappear back into the arcane torrent. Now you see that. Other people only see them start to form and then vanish almost in a blink of an eye.
Chill. Bonus action, hide.
Okay, yeah, went hide behind a tree, yeah.
Yes, yep, absolutely. That is going to be 19.
Yeah. She contests that, right? Or,
Yeah, with
because
perception.
she's looking, yeah. It's not like a passive. Yeah, she doesn't. She notices that you hide because she scored high enough, but she has no idea where you went. Like, so she knows that you ducked because obviously she was watching the other person fucking cast arcane manacles on you. Alright, cool. It's her turn. And she looks at Atlas and she says, I'm going to need my rifle back. And do you want to say anything?
It's your property.
Okay, so she moves 30 feet forward and she aims at Rowan, who she can see, holding her rifle,
proudly.
and she puts up that thing again and fires off another round. She fires off another round. And you need to roll a dexterity save, please.
Well, it's not that. It's a
Do you
10.
feel confident in that? Oh, okay.
I got +5 dexterity. So it's like, oh, this will be great. Lo and behold, it was not.
Well, you're going to take 26 thunder damage.
Ouch.
Oh my gosh.
So she puts that thing again, and this time it's Rowan, or it's Kristoff this time, who's hiding behind a tree, and there's this pillar. Because you imagine, it's like pitch black in these woods, and until it's not, right? And this pillar of lightning hits you and strikes you and slams you against the tree behind you and just pours over you. And now it's Atlas's turn.
I will move up to be next to where she's at, just so I can be in range to yell, Stop fighting her, you idiots!
You're a fucking coward,
What?
Rowan. Not Rowan, sorry. Atlas.
No,
He didn't do
I
anything.
love the confusion. I almost love that because you're just
Very
like
nice.
spaced out. He's blown up against a tree. But yeah, so
I say,
like,
I'm thinking he's behind a
Atlas or
tree, but I'm a
Rowan, you
coward.
choose.
Foxwood was still right.
Okay, Rowan, it's your turn.
I'm gonna pull out the loot, and I'm gonna hold it in front of me like a shield.
Okay, do you want to cast a
No,
shield action?
I just want to hold it up, and if they want to fucking shoot at me, they can fucking hit that shield. Like air quote shield.
I mean, so like it's okay. Sure, all right. Or the dodge action, I guess, but shield. You do whatever. All right, so you hold it in front of. I mean, for the purposes, I would let him use shield and have the same effect.
I mean, mostly
but-
it's just
Okay, so what do you want to do with your action? Other than hold up, like I love the idea of Rowan going, "Oh yeah," and then pulling up the loot. Do it now.
I'm gonna hold the loot, and then I'm gonna fucking steady the rifle and try and fire a shot with it. It's all I got. Like one more, and I'm down. So if anything, she'll just knock me out and
Okay,
take it. Kick dirt in my face. Fuck it.
Yeah. Go ahead and roll a
I-
ranged attack with
Oh, that's
dexterity modifier.
I wouldn't add proficiency, would I? You mean I'm not proficient with
No,
future
probably not.
technology?
You are not proficient
What's
with
the point of a
rifles.
time traveling loot?
Well, it's not future, but moving on.
It's a 14.
And so two things are gonna happen. One, I need you to roll a Constitution. We're gonna kick to the peanut gallery here. Shane, what would you say is like holding yourself steady after like a big kickback of a weapon? Constitution
I would
or
say
athletics?
that would be the
Probably strength.
dealer's choice
Yeah.
no, I would say dealer's choice for either like an acrobatics to keep your footing, right? Because that's like a balance thing, or athletics to just kind
I'll
of
let you
run it,
choose
to shoulder
athletics or acrobatics. That's fair. This is why I ask, because this is not a dictatorship.
Ooh, I love
It's a
cheerocracies.
It's a cheerocracy. Yep.
It's a
All
democracy,
right.
It's a cheerocracy.
And what are you rolling for the
Acrobatics,
for the podcast?
which is still not great at a 14.
Okay. Okay. So you fire this rifle, and it has got a kick like you wouldn't believe, and you wouldn't believe that with how well she fires it. And because it kicks so hard, it goes high. She doesn't even move. She was so confident that you were not going to perform. It was a lot closer than she thought, but she didn't move. And so you drop the rifle because like you do good just to keep the loot in your hand, right? Because that was a priority.
Yeah.
To keep that up in front of you, thinking that's your shield. And then the weapon's now on the ground. You're like shit. Is there anything else you want to do on your turn, bud? That was an impressive turn. Though, if anybody's listening to fan art, I need Rowan with the loot up and the rifle aimed down it, because that just screams awesome.
Right in the curvature of the loot.
That's
Yep.
that's
That
in my
screams
mind.
awesome.
With like his hat pushed up. He's got like his hat pushed up so they
Yep,
can
and
see.
that's
Yep.
my
Yep, it's perfect.
that's my turn.
Kristoff, how do you want to play this?
I'm going to do the exact same thing I did last turn.
Hi?
I'm going to vision those manacles again. This time I'm
Okay.
going to think about Wendy standing behind me, her hand on my shoulder, talking me through it, the copper wire on my wrist as a focus.
You're doing it,
and I'm
Peter.
Gonna try it again.
Okay.
That is 17. Same as last time.
Okay, yeah, I mean, you don't have any spell slots to burn. I was going to, like, but that would just make it too easy for you.
I mean, I did a lot of role playing stuff. Maybe
well, I was gonna let you use hit die as an I guess a resource, but I already let you use spell slots. It seems hokey to let you do both. Yeah, so same thing happens. You you step out from the tree, and because I think you need line of sight to really focus, especially because you're still new at it. And she sees the chains again, and she sees you, and she kind of laughs as they dissipate again. And I assume you want to hide behind the tree again with a bonus action?
In exactly this order, I would like to first call in response, "Play me out, Johnny!" And then bonus action, hide. I need bardic inspiration, please.
I probably
Go
won't
ahead,
live.
roll it.
Well, if you do. That is going to be 19.
Okay.
Same as last time.
No, yeah. And she, again, she sees you duck back. But she can't, I mean, it'd be fucking hard for her to not notice in realism,
Well,
right?
so
Like, that you duck
in
behind a tree.
my eyes, right? So I like
You're
do a
jumping
duck and
between
roll
trees,
behind
maybe?
a tree, and then I like crawl to a
Okay,
different
all
tree
right,
than the
all
one
right. I was
was
just saying, all right, cool. No, I like that. You're crawling around. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, so it's her turn again. And, Atlas, you see this. And, Rowan, I don't think you would, from being, like, beat up or not necessarily close enough. You see her, like, hit the device between her hands. And then she puts it back up. And she's going to fire another pillar of thunder at you, Kristoff. Rowan. And she says, "That's my rifle." And I need you to roll a dexterity saving throw.
That's terrible. It's a 10. Again.
Okay.
Yeah.
Rowan's gonna take a little nap. It
Yeah,
doesn't really matter
out
what happens.
like a
Rowan will take a
light.
little nap.
You're going to take
Yep.
21 thunder
I am.
damage.
I am napping hard.
And
Do I get advantage for half cover from the loot?
so you
Oh, that's
get
right.
Well, it's a saving throw.
you get well, even then the loot is going to give you half cover. Like
I can give you
quarter
four-
cover, I
give
could
you one
hear the
quarter cover,
argument.
yeah.
I could give you the argument, but I'm just really like half, quarter. I could see. Anyways, you get struck and you're holding the loot up, and you get struck, and you like feel the heat and the intensity and the lightning roar across your chest, and it's when your back hits the tree and then your head snaps backwards and smashes into the tree. You're out like a light. And you fall forward atop the loot. And Atlas, you see a popping noise. And you see Cecilia curse under her breath, and then she puts the item away, and she walks 30 feet forward next to Kristoff's body, or Rowan's body, and picks up her rifle.
She's
What would
so
you-
just barely. She's there.
She's walking out of your threatened range, Atlas.
Yep.
Yeah, great. Still not gonna attack Kristoff.
And so she stands above this body, and Rowan, Kristoff, because you're hidden, you can choose for us to drop combat, but if you want to continue the combat format, that's up to you. We can drop combat and go narrative because you're hidden, or... Now, I will say this, if you want to stay hidden until you decide to go combat, you'll be next. Atlas will be next in initiative, but I'll let you control the flow.
Death before indentured servitude.
Okay, so she goes and picks up a rifle. And it's Atlas's turn.
Oh my gosh. Would I know that Kristoff, like, just based on his character, is gonna keep doing this? I mean, it just seems like...
Well, you also don't know where he is, right? Like, because unless you haven't been tracking him, you haven't rolling to stay where he is. You just know that he's gone. Like he's hidden.
Well, I feel like I'd be because I'm watching this, like, instead of focusing on one enemy or one person, like, I'm trying to get everybody to stop fighting.
Okay, well, you can roll a perception check and try to beat this 19. I'll let you do that, and it won't be
Yeah,
your
nope,
action.
didn't.
Yeah.
Well,
so you
then
don't
I'm-
know
then
where
I'm
he
just
is.
say-
He's gone in your mind. Like he like.
And I'll just say-
or he's hidden.
Guys, if you want to die here, keep fighting. But this is a losing fight. And that's specifically for Kristoff.
All right, Rowan, it's your turn. Roll a death saving throw for me, please.
It's an 18. I could have used that
Hey,
before.
that's one in your favor. Yeah, no kidding. So Death's door knocks and you fucking answer. Kristoff, your turn.
I'm going to stand up, call and response. You saw that orc in chains outside Yori, Atlas. I thought you would realize death before indenturement. That's a word, right? Everybody confirmed? Everybody nod their heads, that's a
It's
word?
close enough, yeah. Even if it's not, yeah.
Atlas thinks you're super smart still, because he's like, that's a good word.
Okay,
That's a
great.
good word.
And then I'm doing the same thing. Shackles, everything I got, full focus.
Okay.
Natural 20!
Okay, yeah, they formed.
Dwayne?
They formed this time.
How far can I carry 2 bodies on my shoulders?
I also want to say, for 100% fact, that our cart was destroyed by the thunder blast.
Yeah.
That's just how it happened in my head.
Yeah, it has to have been. Your horses are gone. Like
Dead gone,
they
or just ran
bolted.
away?
No, they ran away
bolted.
when the cart was destroyed.
Yeah, when the cart
Oh,
was
thank
destroyed.
goodness.
And you see them form, and they almost like snap her wrists together because she wasn't like she had the gun to one side and the hand to the other, and they snap them together. And yeah, so they form this time. And she smiles. So it's her turn now, unless you want to do something else.
No, bonus action hide.
Okay, go ahead.
That is a 17.
Hers is a 19.
So
So
she sees me.
she sees you like jump behind a tree and then scuttle through the bushes, and this time like she's kind of like, you look ridiculous, but it's worked so far, like so whatever. And she looks down at the shackles, and she's going to attempt to break them. And we're gonna do this way because it's an experimental thing. I need you to roll a Constitution check against your own spell save DC.
Okay. That's actually pretty good. Yeah, I beat it.
Okay, so now she's gonna roll a strength check against your spell save DC.
To see if it was real, yeah.
Yeah. Well, really, she's trying to break them, right? I'm walking.
And I'm trying to keep them in existence.
And you're holding them, right? Yeah. And to me, this is as we go further, Shane, and it's going to like use your reaction for bigger shit like this, right? Like to fight against something like that. I mean, but she like pulls them and it stretches and they snap back. And she's laughing and she says, "Cute trick. You can leave
Thanks.
me alone."
I learned it from Wendy.
Okay, yeah, no, it's call and response, so that's cute trick is what she gets. That's her action, and that's all she's gonna do. She's gonna stand over Kristoff's body, though. Or Rowan's body, thank you. Rowan, it's your turn, or Atlas, it's your turn. Damn, I can't keep you guys straight tonight.
I will run over to Rowan and do a medicine check. Right, try to bring him back to stable. Is that a thing?
It is. And here's what I'm gonna ask, because we're now playing this game. Actually, that's not what I'm gonna do. That's where this episode ends.
Oh
So
boy.
Atlas
The drama.
sprints over, just and like you see this chained reclaimer, Kristoff. I want to say like hands and knees in a bush, maybe
Yeah.
like
That's
concentrating,
like looking up, sweating, like
right?
Yep.
And then Rowan. I like to imagine. Here's how I imagine death saving checks: is you got like in limbo and like just looking at like a door, going, "That's not great."
no, please.
And that's where we're gonna end the episode. And it was a good one, boys.
Will Rowan live? Will Atlas be able to talk sense into Kristoff? Will Dwayne be able to finally know what his players are doing?
None of these answers and more.
Find out
questions.
next time on
None of these answers anymore.
on Lawful Stupid.
I did not expect you guys to fight her in any way, shape, or form, but it has been fun as fuck. So is there anything you guys want to like sign out? Like we've done such a good job of like being on top of everything so far.
Yes. So one thing I have to do is roll for humanity.
Are you gonna remember that you did this so you don't do this
I'm
live?
I'm gonna have to listen to the episode again to
Gotcha.
realize what money I'm giving to the charity. It's Wounded Warriors. It's for the month of June. It's Wounded Warriors. I'm just saying.
Oh,
that
awesome.
So I can stop saying to be determined later. Wounded Warrior Project is getting all the monies that I've done in these rolls, and that's critical 1. Oh, I'm sorry. It's a 7. That's not bad. So that's 11.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. We are a force for good.
I thought it was a critical 1. It was a 7.
I feel
No.
like you can't get critical ones in min-max mankind.
Not allowed.
I feel like
I
we
mean,
need to find
you can't if you are the Grinch and you have a heart 3 sizes too small. But
Oof.
luckily I do not.
Oof. Yeah, so if you guys haven't followed us on Twitter, it's Stupid Lawful. Facebook is Lawful Stupid. Instagram is Lawful Stupid. And our website is always growing. We're adding content to it. Not as much as I would like at the moment, and that's 100% on me, the DM. But, we have all this cool fan art coming out, and so many
Oh,
people
they're
are
just so
interacting
cool.
with us on Instagram.
Dude's
Um,
also
and-
cool.
It is, yeah. And I feel extremely honored every time someone spends their valuable time drawing art for us.
I feel very honored when somebody uses valuable time to listen to our podcast. If they
That's
take it a
true.
step further and then draw something from it and make it outside of our imaginations and in the real world, I am
Yeah, over the
blown
moon.
away. Thank you so much.
All the moons of Jupiter.
It is.
There's so many moons.
That's a lot of moons on Jupiter.
Yeah, it's it's amazing. It honestly, like, sometimes this podcast can be a lot of work. And honestly, the guys do more than I do day to day. Like, I think you guys do more than I do overall. Honestly, I just do mine in bigger chunks with editing. So that just makes it all worth it, honestly, that somebody out there is getting any enjoyment from the bullshit we're doing. So thank you
Yeah, somebody-
so much for listening.
It was Kid Geza did art for us most recently, and we said, "Oh, thank you so much for the art." And they said, "Oh, well, thank you for making my morning every Monday morning." And I was like, "Pfft, "My heart, you drop kicked it."
Ugh, love it so much.
So thank you, Kid Geza, and thank you for everybody who listens. It means the world to us to be able to do this and maybe entertain some folks.
And the best way that you can let us know that you love it is to go to iTunes and rate and review. That helps us immensely on some scale. Not actually, maybe just for our own personal pride. We just like to know that you guys care. But yeah, that helps a lot.
It also does a lot for our podcast and helps us go up in the list of people who can also experience this. They can find us more easily if you rate and review. So I know it takes more of your precious time that you're already giving us by listening or doing fan art, but if you could take the time to do that, it would.
That's so awesome. Well, thank you guys for listening, and we'll
Bye.
see you next time.
Bye.
I'm not dead
Hopefully
yet.
that-
see you.
Hi, I'm Kristoff Shindo. Wait, no, that's not right. I am Scott Chainsaw. That's who I am today. And I am coming to you on behalf of Lawful Stupid. Here to talk to you about, for those of you who follow our social media, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, that kind of thing, you have probably seen that we are working on coming out with our own Lawful Stupid companion webcomic that is going to be, key moments from each episode that are going to be coming out and really trying to capture that essence and bring the story to life a little bit more, which we're always into. We could not decide based on so many of our amazing people that entered, like some really top-notch artists reached out and wanted to be a part of this project, and it was just frankly amazing. And we had difficulty narrowing it down to 2, and once we narrowed it down to 2, it was just a complete hung jury, right? We could not make that determination. So we have left it to you, the fans, to decide. And I am proud to announce that you have chosen. You've decided. So many people were torn on this. So many people didn't know which way to go, just like we were. But eventually we did have a winner. And our winner is Frumple Grumple. Yes, Frumple Grumple on Instagram. You can reach out to Frumple Grumple, congratulate them, because they will be doing the Lawful Stupid webcomic, and they are going to be our artists moving forward for hopefully many years to come, and helping us bring this stupid story a little bit more to life. And their work is amazing, and we love it on every front. And it's really good, and we're very excited to start pumping out those comics, and you're going to see more. You can already see number 1 is going to be up on our Instagram, and there's going to be a special place for those on our website, lawfulstupid.org, and you can go check out those comics as they release and kind of follow along with those, or on our socials they'll be there as well, and it's going to be a really cool thing that we're super excited for. Now, our runner-up, Gidgeza. Gidgeza is a huge fan of the show, a dear friend of the show, and we, offer our heartfelt thanks to everyone who wanted to be a part of this. Gid, we absolutely are doing new projects all the time, constantly, and we always require amazing artists to make our Silly Little Dreams reality. So don't think just because, you're not doing this comic moving forward that we don't have more in store for you. So I think very, very seriously we're going to see Gidgeza again. But thank you to everyone who participated. Thank you to everybody who voted. Thank you to everybody who listens to this silly, silly show. We're really, really proud of the content that we've been coming out with lately. This episode 24, and the next episode 25. No spoilers, but I went on an emotional journey during these episodes personally, and I think all the boys would agree that these are some of the best stuff we've ever done is coming out now. So please stick with us. Please tell a friend. If you haven't, consider leaving us an iTunes review. We don't have a ton of them, and we need more. That's really what sets us out from other shows and lets other people experience this, to get us higher in the listings so that more people can find us and listen to this. Telling a friend is huge, but leaving those iTunes reviews is just as huge for us. I know consistently we've got about 70 of you. About 70 of you are listening to these episodes as soon as they drop, and that's huge and amazing growth for us, and we're so blown away by this community. But we've only got 17 iTunes reviews. So if you 70 folks who listen to this, I'm talking to you. That's right, John, Steve, both of you, I know you're out there. If you could just do us a solid and just leave an iTunes review, you can drop us some stars, that helps. But if you could even just put a little blurb hey, I like the show, or hey, these jokes are funny, or hey, I like the lore, or hey, this, whatever it is that you like, or drop us a 3-star review if you feel we're a 3-star show, and just tell us hey, I would love to give this 5 stars, but you don't have as much combat as I would like, or you don't have as much this as I would like. Let us know. We will listen to you, and we will do what we can to make the show a better experience for you. So telling a friend, give those iTunes reviews, that really helps out. Another thing that helps out amazingly huge, beyond, above and beyond, if you can swing it, if you can go to our Patreon, which you can find on our website, lawfulstupid.org. If you can go to our Patreon and you can give us a few shekels, that is amazing. So you're going to get a lot of cool, amazing Patreon rewards if you do that. We got some cool Patreon stretch goals, like a Name of the Wind, brand new game of my own design that I will DM and game master, and we will play, and just t-shirts and really cool art and stuff that you get to do to hang out with the boys and play video games with us and do all kinds of cool stuff. There's all kinds of rewards, and they're pretty sweet. So you can do that, and also you help us support the show, and you help us pay Frumple Grumple, who's coming out with these amazing comics. We can pay her more money. If we have more money from the show, we can give her more of it, and then she gets more compensation for this amazing comic that she's doing. So I've talked too long, and I love you all so much, and I mean it, and just thanks for listening.